In this video, we are going to see about Ampere's law. Like Gauss law in electrostatics, for magnetostatics, Ampere's law doing the same job. The Ampere circular law states that the line integral of the magnetic field intensity H around a closed path L is equal to the total current enclosed by the path. The Ampere's law for magnetic field is analogous to the Gauss law for electric field, as we already know. Here, the Ampere's law states that the line integral of the magnetic field intensity H around a closed path L is equal to the total current enclosed by the path. In other words, the circulation of H equals I. Integral H into dl, which is equal to I. We already know the relationship between magnetic flux density B and the magnetic field intensity H. B is equal to mu H. So we can find H using Ampere circuit law by integral over S H into dl. So integral over L H into dl is equal to I. By using the relationship between the magnetic flux density and to the magnetic field intensity, integral over S B dot ds is equal to mu naught is introduced based on the relationship into I. The value of this integral is proportional to the current enclosed. The magnetic field outside a long straight wire with current is calculated using the Ampere circuit law. We already used the Biot-Savart law to show that for this case B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r. For based on Ampere circuit law, first we are free to draw an Amperean loop of any shape, but since we know that magnetic field goes in circles around a wire, then B and ds are parallel and B is constant on the loop. So integral B dot ds is equal to B into 2 pi r. Because for the surface of the circle we have to substitute 2 pi r, which is equal to mu naught I. And solving B gives an earlier expression, B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r, which is getting by use of Biot-Savart law are the same. Next one is magnetic field inside a long straight wire with current. Now we can calculate B inside the wire. Because the current is evenly distributed over the cross section of the wire, it must be cylindrically symmetric. So we again draw a circular Amperean loop around the axis of radius small r is less than capital R. The enclosed current is less than the total current because sum is outside the Amperean loop. The amount enclosed is I enclosed is equal to I into pi r square divided by pi capital R square, because both the circle are different. So finally we can get B is equal to mu naught I divided by 2 pi r squared into R, which is magnetic field in density, magnetic flux density inside a straight wire. Next, solenoids. We saw earlier that a complete loop of wire has a magnetic field at each center. We can make the field stronger by simply adding loops. A many turn coil of wire with current is called a solenoid. We can use Ampere's law to calculate B inside the solenoid. B is nothing but magnetic flux density. The field near the wires is still circular, but farther away the fields blend into a nearly constant field down the axis. The actual field looks like this. Compare with the electric field in a capacitor. Like a capacitor, the field is uniform inside, but the direction of the field is different. Approximate that the field is constant inside and zero outside. Characterize the windings in terms of number of turns per unit length n. Each turn carries current I. So total current over H is in H. So finally we can get B is equal to mu naught in ideal solenoid. Next one is toroid. Notice that the field of the solenoid sticks out both ends and spread apart at the ends. We can wrap our coil around like a donut so that it has no ends. This is called a toroid. Now the field has no ends but wraps uniformly around in a circle. We draw an Amperean loop parallel to the field with the radius small r. If coil has a total of n turns, then the Amperean loop encloses current Ni. So finally we can get B is equal to mu naught I capital N divided by 2 pi r for the magnetic flux density inside the toroid. The current carrying coils. We learned that a current carrying coil of wires acts like a small magnet, and we define the dipole moment as mu is modulus of mu is equal to NIA. We are able to calculate the field in the center of such a loop, but what about other places? In general, it is hard to calculate the places where the symmetry is broken. Finally, we can get a B inside a strong wire and a B inside a solenoid and a toroid, and B an axis of current carrying coil. These are the applications of Ampere circuit law which can be used to calculate magnetic flux density as well as magnetic field intensity. Thank you.